My name is Olivia, and I am a housewife who lives with my husband, John. My marriage to John has been good, and we have lived happily ever since our marriage. With John's cheerful personality, we enjoyed our life together as a couple. Then one day,
Oh my God. I got a call that Dad had an accident.
what? Father-in-law?
It seems pretty bad.
Oh no! I was shocked to hear from an impatient John that my father-in-law had had an accident, which came all too suddenly for me. John was distraught by the sudden news and seemed very depressed. A week after that phone call,
Dad, I flew here when I heard you could visit. Are you okay?
I was shocked when John told me.
I'm so sorry for worrying you. As you can see, I can talk now and am fine.
I'm so glad, but please be careful and get some rest, okay? Seeing my father-in-law smile as he said this, I felt relieved. I heard that my father-in-law had a spinal cord injury that would paralyze him for a while. The doctor explained to me that he would need regular rehabilitation during his 3 months in the hospital and after he was discharged. After a while, my mother-in-law called me, so I quietly left the hospital room.
This is what happened this time, isn't it? So John will take over the company's business, but please don't take advantage of John, okay?
Mother-in-law, are you worried about that? I'm working and getting paid too, so don't worry about that. Now about your father-in-law.
I don't know. You knew John was the president's son, and you approached him.
My mother-in-law snickered and said I was after his property, which I immediately denied. My mother-in-law did not like me, and I was always in trouble like this. Soon after a month passed, one day,
Olivia, if things continue to go well, Dad will be out of the hospital the month after next, right? Because I've decided to move in with my parents at that time.
what? Parents' house.
I'll be busy with some things, so you can pack your stuff when you have time.
That means we'll move.
Yes, it's already decided.
Without consulting me, John had decided on his own. Recently, John, incredibly loyal to his mother-in-law, has become increasingly cold towards me, and since we started living together,
Olivia. Please finish changing father's clothes as soon as possible.
wait, I just came home.
You said you had to work late. You're playing, aren't you?
Of course not.
John is busy with his company, Olivia. So you have to do it for him.
When my father-in-law was finally released from the hospital and came to live with us, I was physically and mentally exhausted from balancing work and caregiving. Finally, the end of the year came, the first time since we started living together, and
Olivia, don't mope around just because it's your day off, okay? I'm going out.
what? Where are you going out?
I'm going to Hawaii with my mom.
Hawaii.
Yeah, I've been talking about going with my mom for a while now. I'm super excited.
Wait a minute, you're in this situation, and you're going overseas.
That's why you're here, Olivia, right? That's why he's going to be okay. It's good that I have the day off, right? I mean, it's your day off, so you should at least do that.
That's right, it's your day off, so you can take care of father all day, right?
What?
We've already decided to go to Hawaii. We've already booked the flight and the hotel. We're leaving tomorrow, but I thought I'd let Olivia know while I still can. Well, you'll be fine without Mom and me, right? Olivia, you're going to stay home and care for my dad, right?
What do you mean?
I'm going to enjoy Hawaii with John and me. Oh, but don't expect any souvenirs. I want to use my money wisely.
Actually, this is my first trip to Hawaii. My coworker has been to Hawaii before and said it was enjoyable. I'm looking forward to spending time in a tropical country and forgetting about work. I'm super excited.
Actually, it's my first time in Hawaii too.
I didn't expect it to be your first time in Hawaii, too.
I've been to other foreign countries, but I've never been to Hawaii. Since it's New Year, let's spend it in Hawaii and relax.
So John and mother-in-law left with an oversized carry-on bag the next day. Seeing them together, I felt like something had blown over. Feeling strangely dizzy, I prepared breakfast for the father-in-law as usual. Then I brought a change of clothes and a towel.
Happy New Year, Olivia.
Happy New Year, I brought you breakfast and a change of clothes.
Thank you for everything. By the way, I heard the front door open. Did John and Mom go out?
Actually, John and Mother had been planning a trip to Hawaii for a while. So they went out together.
What? A trip to Hawaii? I don't know what they were thinking.
To be honest, I was surprised too, to travel without you and me. Wow! Your father-in-law. Please don't force yourself to move. I'll help you now.
It's okay, you see. I can get up by myself.
Oh, father-in-law.
Let's get started. Olivia, I'm sorry for all the trouble I've caused you.
Wait a minute. Are you sure you are okay?
Actually, I've been able to get up on my own for a few days now. This is all thanks to Olivia's devoted care for me even after I left the hospital.
The father-in-law, bedridden all his life, suddenly stood up by himself. I was shocked to see that. Thanks to his rehabilitation, father-in-law had recovered to the point where he could stand up by himself. My father-in-law suggested a plan, and I decided to follow it. A few days later.
Oh my God, what's going on? I can't get the front door open.
Hey, Olivia! Hurry up and open the door!
I can't. Your father-in-law told me not to open the front door.
What are you talking about? Just open the door. It's cold.
Did you enjoy your company-paid trip to Hawaii?
What?
From your reaction, I guess you went on the company's dime, didn't you?
Dad. Why would you?
I started to get up on my own a few days before you left.
Good. Then you don't have to worry about anything else.
What are you saying?
What's wrong with you, Father?
I heard you taking advantage of my position.
That's not true.
It's not true. I saw it with my own eyes.
That voice. Liam, your secretary. Why is your secretary in my house?
Of course, because I called him to fire an incompetent like you.
Fired.
All the employees are angry with you because of your lazy attitude towards work. Everyone works hard when there's overtime, but you leave on time. You usually don't work hard and don't work overtime, but you get paid well for it. Do you think anyone would allow such a thing?
John's dismissal has already been decided. It won't be reversed no matter what happens.
John and his mother-in-law were amazed to see his father-in-law working alone. On top of that, they were told that the company would fire them, and father-in-law even have a secretary, Liam, who can testify to their inauthenticity. John and his mother-in-law were very impatient with the situation.
Hey, Father, you don't have to be so mean to John. I'm sure John has a cheerful personality, so he just looks like he's joking around at work.
No, it's just that he's so quiet.
Oh, then how do you know he's not working?
That's easy. John play online games on the company computer all the time I'm working.
Oh, but work requires a lot of thinking, so you need a break, don't you?
Is it a break for someone to play games from when they come to work to when they leave?
That's not true, isn't it, John? You work a bit, too, don't you?
Oh well.
From your looks, I bet you don't work at all.
Oh my God. Olivia. Don't talk to me like you know, John.
When John lies, he looks away and talks less like that.
He's always tapping away at the keyboard at work. Also, the people at the desks around me have complained that the 7-color glow is depressing.
Well, if you turn off the lights, that solves that problem.
That's not the point. The problem is that you're playing while you're working. I thought you were working at least a little bit.
I'm the president's son, he doesn't have to work as hard as everyone else.
Don't you feel like you don't realize that these irresponsible words are bringing shame to the president? Well, as long as I'm the secretary, I'll do my best to protect the president. You're not the president or anything, so I'm not going to help you at all, okay?
Liam gives John a sharp look.
I don't need help from a boss's dog like you.
You're right. How can a secretary talk to the boss's son like that? I don't need your help. I'll fire you first.
That's impossible.
I'm the president's wife, so I'm as important as father?
No. Mother-in-law is not important at all. The only reason employees bow in the office is that you're the president's wife. I'm sure no one will bow to you after your father-in-law divorces you.
What a rude woman. As expected from a woman who snuck into our house to get John's property, you're so scary.
Are you going to talk about this again? I'm tired of it.
See? You just saw it. This is your true nature, Olivia.
Olivia is tired of you. If you're after wealth, isn't that why you married me?
Oh no, please stop pointing the finger at me.
You leaving your husband, who needs care? It would take a very thick-skinned person to do that, wouldn't it?
Wait, what does that mean?
It means that you wouldn't normally entrust your husband to someone you don't trust. I'm just saying, but you went to Hawaii with John, didn't ye?
Oh dear. You're talking so sassy today.
I just took it so far. I'm not a meek person. I'm not a weak woman who can't talk back, so please don't misunderstand me. If I take out on John and my mother-in-law the feelings I have held in,
I prefer my usual gentle Olivia to a strong-willed woman.
Nobody asked you what your type was.
Don't get carried away just because you're the president's secretary.
You're the one getting carried away, aren't you? You have to be overbearing both at work and at home. The president is such a kind and employee-oriented person. What have you seen of the president so far?
I care about my employees too, you know? If I become president, all the current employees will be my subordinates, right? When that happens, I'll need everyone to work hard to get a good salary.
unless you change your mind, I don't think John can serve as president.
Do you think you'll get paid just for sitting in the president's chair?
What? I'm supposed to put my stamp on some documents. Why don't you just have lunch with the company president you're doing business with?
There's no way this job is that easy.
Oh my, doesn't your father always work like that?
If all you had to do were stamp a seal and eat a meal, everyone would be president.
Mother-in-law, didn't you ever show any interest in your father's work?
I have nothing to do with the company, so there's no reason for me to be interested.
John has a very selfish streak, but I guess that's like your mother-in-law's.
What? Do you have a problem with that?
I do. You've been pushing people to care for you, and all you do is play. Thanks to your father-in-law, you can live like this. So why don't you support him when he's having the hardest time?
Well, that's...
Well, whatever, you're fired. You can return tomorrow to get your stuff and go home when you're done. You don't even have to come back to the office.
John, who was fired entirely.
Oh, you're going to fire me. I don't want that. Olivia is good friends with my dad, so please convince him somehow.
I can't. You and your mother are using me and forcing me to do everything at home. I work too. You know how hard it was for me to do everything myself.
Well, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry.
No way. I'm divorcing John. I'm sick of this. Why don't you stay with your mother-in-law forever?
Olivia, John just takes special care of me.
You could have behaved properly with your boss and colleagues at work, right?
So that's it, John's cheerful personality.
That's enough, Mother. I'm divorcing you too. I don't need to be married to someone who won't be there for me in the worst times and won't support me. John, too. I'm disowning you. You'll have to support your mother from now on.
No, I can't do that. Please think it over.
Right, don't tell me you're divorcing me.
That's impossible. Even I'm sick of it after talking to her for a while. I'm sure the boss and Olivia have been like this for a long time, and yet they still cared for you, and that's what they deserve. Congratulations.
Mother! Sign the divorce papers.
You prepared divorce papers.
I prepared divorce papers too.
Hey, why even Olivia? Hey. Please don't divorce me.
If you divorce me, you'll be lucky to live with your mother.
Oh no. Just don't divorce me.
Shut up. Don't think your opinion will always be valid. Finally, John and his mother-in-law gave up and signed the divorce papers. John went straight to Liam's office to get his things in order and was officially fired. Mother-in-law had been pampered by father and had difficulty adjusting to life without money. She started living with John, but immediately spent John's salary. I was laid off from my father-in-law's company, so I must work part-time to make ends meet. Although John can live on his own, his mother-in-law, whom he is supposed to love, gets in the way. No matter how many times John warns his mother about how she spends her money, she never improves her thinking. They living a miserable life and quarreling daily. About 4 months later.
Oh, Liam, you used to come here so often.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, hi, Liam.
Wow. Olivia, you're here too.
Yes, he called me, and I was just tidying up. I'm going to make some coffee now.
Liam, I'm going to ask you straight out, Olivia is your type, aren't you?
Yeah, she's my type to the point where I want to propose to her right now.
That's great. Olivia saved my life, and Liam, you've always been supportive. So I thought I could help you two be happy.
The father-in-law was planning to arrange a marriage between Liam and me shortly. I had never imagined such a thing. My life would be blessed with a happy marriage and cute kids in a few years. It will be a while before I know, but if I make it to that day in one piece, I will continue to cherish every day with a smile on my face so that I can bring about a wonderful marriage.